Welcome to I Love This Thing So Fricking Much, a podcast about passion. My name is Sophie Katz, and today I am joined by Mallory, who is an actress based in Philly. Welcome to the show, Mallory.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here. So, here's how this works. Mallory will have 3 minutes to talk about something that she loves. This can be a person, place, thing, concept, activity, anything she wants. Our only requirement is that she loves it wholeheartedly and wants to tell us why. Are you ready, Mallory?
I am.
All right, got my timer here. Now, what do you love so freaking much?
I love acting so freaking much. I developed this passion of mine starting in second grade when my mom made me do a show. I really didn't feel like doing it, but she made me do it because it was a fun activity. And after that, I really fell in love with being on stage and performing. I did my first actual musical in fifth grade. It was Music Man Jr. I played Gracie Shin, and that was really the start of me loving doing shows. And I did it all through middle school, and then once high school came around, I really realized that this is what I wanted to do in my future. So I started doing it more seriously. I did multiple shows a year. I auditioned for a Broadway show called Billy Elliot. Nothing happened with it, but I still had that amazing first Broadway audition experience. It was awesome. It was an open call. Anyone could go. And then throughout high school, I started looking into colleges that I could go to for theater, for acting, musical theater, whatever it was at the time. After high school, I went to community college for 3 years. And my 3 years there, I was very lucky to be able to do one show a semester, which was awesome. It really helped me hone my craft and develop myself as an actor more than anything. And then after those 3 years, I transferred to the University of the Arts here in Philadelphia. And I just graduated with my BFA in acting from there. And I was very lucky to be able to do 2 shows at UArts, which was amazing. And studying there really helped me become super comfortable in myself as an actor and honestly love it even more than I did before. I've just realized that I really love being on stage and getting to be someone that I'm not for a few hours. Just getting to live their life is honestly amazing, and I'm really excited to see what characters I get to play in the future, because obviously I don't know yet, but I'm excited to figure all of that out and really become the actor that I hope to be one day.
That would be awesome. Thank you for telling us about acting today.
Absolutely.
Oh, goodness. It's clear that this is very much a lifelong passion. Do you remember was there anything specific about the experience of acting as a child that first time when you didn't really want to do it? What caught your attention?
Honestly, just getting to perform in front of people and getting that immediate reaction of their enjoyment really just made me happy to be up there and do something that I didn't realize I would love but ended up falling in love with.
Sounds like it was a really nice surprise.
It was. It really was.
Can you talk a little bit more about the aspect of getting to be someone you're not when you're on stage?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we have so many stresses and whatnot in our own lives that it can become overwhelming. So getting to play a character that is not me, that does not have the stress of my own life, is really almost therapeutic. Mm-hmm. I just get to go through their ups and downs and their good times and their bad times, but it's not me. It's me playing this character, but I'm not focused on what's going on in my life. I just get to be them and be someone different for 2 hours. And it's awesome. I don't know. It's just super therapeutic.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a bit escapist in a good way.
Yeah, in a very good way.
Can you talk a little more about the experience of auditioning for a Broadway show?
Yeah, it was a really last-minute decision. I fell in love with this show called Billy Elliot, and I happened to see on their Facebook one day that they were having an open casting call for their young female ensemble, and I had to do it. I loved the show so much that I just had to do it. I remember I told my mom. I was actually at work with her, and I told her, and we signed me up for dance classes, and I signed up for this audition, and I went to New York. I waited in a line that wrapped around the block of like young girls. We auditioned on a Broadway stage. We were in the Broadhurst Theater, and we got to stand across the stage. It felt just like a chorus line. We were all just in one big line across the stage, and they taught us 2 dance combinations. I mean, that was it, but it was unreal just to stand on that Broadway stage and think like so many big performers and so many big shows have been on this stage before, and I just get to stand here right now.
And you were standing there with so many other people who shared this love for this show and for this craft as you.
Exactly. It was amazing. And everyone was so nice and just so passionate about what they were doing. It was amazing.
You mentioned The Music Man Jr. as a musical as part of what cemented your passion for acting. Do you have a particular preference between plays or musicals, or is there any particular reason why you would like one more than the other?
So for the longest time, I really saw myself doing musical theater because that's what I'd done, all throughout middle school and high school. And I still love it, and I really do miss doing it. But when it comes to musicals, I see myself more as a dancer than a singer. So at this stage of my career, I definitely see myself doing more plays, more straight plays, possibly dipping my toe in television or voiceover work versus a musical, just as of right now where I am in my career.
Do you notice any differences between, well, you mentioned a bunch of different kinds of performance there, but the one that stood out to me was voice performance work versus performing on a stage. Are there any significant differences between how you approach one or the other with acting?
Absolutely. With voiceover work, I feel like you don't have to use as much technique as if you were on stage because, on stage people are watching you. Some people are nitpicking how you're doing this performance. Whereas with voiceover, you can get multiple takes in, just like with film. Nobody's actually watching you as a performer. They're watching or listening to whatever voiceover part you are doing, so nobody is as nitpicky, I feel. But it also is a very, very hard part of the industry to get into.
Why is that particularly hard?
Because it's not as big. So there tends to be more of like a tighter knit community within voiceover work. So finding someone that's going to want to book you if you've never done it before is a lot harder than on stage or on screen work.
Could you share something valuable that you've learned in all your years as an acting student?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was younger, before I started really studying acting, all I wanted was to be a big name, be a household name, whether it be on Broadway or on screen. But what I've come to realize is, that is really hard to accomplish. And I understand that, but it's also not all about that. It's about doing what you love and just getting to perform. Like right now, I'm at that point where if I'm just a Philadelphia performer, I am okay with that because there is such an amazing theater community here. And even if I don't have a big name in the theater world, I'm still getting to do what I love and I'm still getting to perform for an audience, whether it be big or small. It's more about just me getting to do what I love most, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the fulfillment you feel in doing the work, let alone what anyone else thinks of it.
Exactly.
Mallory, thank you so much for telling us about something you love today.
Thank you.
And thank you, our listeners, for tuning in today. If you would like to learn more about acting or our guest, Mallory, you can find her social media information in the episode description. And don't forget to use the hashtag #LoveThisThingCast to tell us about the things you love. I Love This Thing So Fricking Much is a production of Through the Window Media. This episode was directed by Sophie A. Katz and edited by Melissa Block. You can find us at Through the Window on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Tumblr. That is THROU, the window, at all those social media sites. Be good to yourself, be kind to each other, and you'll hear from us again soon.